Have you ever had your heart shattered so badly after a breakup that you thought, "That's it, my life is over. I'll never recover"? Yeah, we've all been there. You're lying in bed staring at the ceiling, scrolling through old texts and wondering why God let this happen. You gave everything you had, and all you got back was an empty space where love used to be. But here's the truth I want you to grab today: your story doesn't end here. Because God never writes tragedies without redemption. Let's be real, breakups are brutal. They're like having a rug pulled from under your soul. And the last thing you want to hear when you're crying into your pillow is, "Don't worry, God has better plans for you." Honestly, at that moment it feels like people are just throwing Bible verses like band-aids at a bullet wound. But here's where I want to lean in with you. God isn't tossing clicks at your pain, He's whispering promises into your future. Isaiah 43:18-19 says, "Forget the former things. Do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing." I love that because God is saying, stop replaying the old story. I've got a new chapter waiting. Think of it like this: if you keep rereading the last chapter of your favorite novel, you'll never discover how the story actually ends. Your heartbreak might feel like the last page, but in God's hands it's just the end of a preface. Now, here's where it gets a little funny. You ever notice how after a breakup suddenly every song on the radio is about you? You're driving and Taylor Swift or some old schooled owl hits you like they've been spying on your life. And you think, yep, God, even Spotify is against me. But in those moments, God is still there, saying, "I'm not against you, I'm with you, even here, even now." Let's talk about disappointment. You thought that relationship was it. The one. You invested time, emotions, maybe even your future plans. And now, you feel like you've got nothing. But let me tell you, disappointment isn't the end, it's a doorway. Sometimes God allows things to break because He's making space for something brand new. Just like a creadit doesn't release the good stuff until it's broken. Sometimes your heart has to break open before God can release what He's hidden inside you. And yes, healing takes time. You don't walk out of a surgery and immediately start running marathons. In the same way, God doesn't expect you to bounce back overnight. Prayer becomes your medicine. Every time you go to Him, every time you pour out your tears, it's like taking another dose of the healing He's prescribed. James 1:6 reminds us not to be double-minded. Don't pray one moment with faith and the next moment with doubt. Stand firm and believe God is actually stitching your heart back together. Now, here's a personal confession. I once thought I'd never recover from a heartbreak. I thought I'd always be stuck in that pit of sadness, always comparing myself to my ex, always questioning my worth. But you know what happened? With time, prayer, and God's Word, I realized something. God wasn't punishing me. He was protecting me. He shut a door I didn't have the courage to close because He knew I deserved better. And friend, the same is true for you. Romans 8:18 says, "The pain that you've been feeling can't compare to the joy that's coming." And that's not just a pretty verse to frame on a wall. It's a promise. One day, you will look back and thank God not just for what He gave you, but for what He didn't let stay in your life. So today, let me challenge you. Don't waste your heartbreak. Don't let it turn you bitter. Let it turn you closer to Jesus. Allow Him to fill the empty spaces. Let Him teach you how to love yourself and see your worth through His eyes. Healing isn't easy, but it's worth it. If this hit home for you, don't walk away without action. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss more encouragement like this. And when you're ready, I want you to watch the video on the screen right now called Finding Strength in God. It's going to be the perfect next step in your healing journey. Because remember, your breakup isn't the end. With Jesus, it's only the beginning.